Hey everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review, and today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends 6-inch Mysterio figure from Hasbro. Now this figure is part of the Spider-Man Lizard Build-A-Figure wave, and it comes packaged in the same style that we see with all the Marvel Legends. You've got the black box with the red highlights up at the top. You've got the Legend Series logo. The figure's clearly displayed in the window box. Down below you've got the Spider-Man logo and the name of the character. On the sides of the packaging you just have some artwork from Mysterio, and then on the back of the packaging you have a look at the actual figure, a brief bio in multiple languages, and then down below a look at all the figures in the wave that you need to complete the Lizard Build-A-Figure. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the Mysterio figure outside the packaging along with the other contents. Now first of all, this figure comes with the left leg for the Lizard Build-A-Figure, and I'll be taking a look at the Lizard figure in its own review once we've looked at all the figures in this wave, so be sure to check back for that. And then besides the Lizard Build-A-Figure piece, this figure comes with these Mysterio-like gas effects, or I don't know what you want to call these, but basically they kind of look like green gas with a mixture of, like, you know, it looks like in this one you've got a snake sculpted in there, and this is, both of these are done with a green translucent plastic, and it's a rubbery type plastic, so you know it does have some flexibility to it. And again, I don't know if it's supposed to be smoke or gas or what have you, but basically it's to give you that added effect for Mysterio. And they are different. They're, you know, basically two different pieces, but they are sculpted differently. Like I said, this one's got what looks like a snake sculpted in it, and then this one is more just gaseous. It's got this little tendril that comes out here on the side. But again, this one is basically just little beads and looks like gas more than anything, whereas this one's got the snake kind of sculpted in it. Now you can use these gas effects in various ways. You can just kind of set it in front of the figure, or you can actually kind of clip it onto the figure. Both pieces have these little kind of areas where you can kind of clip it around the figure's leg or even their arms or what have you. So you can put it around Mysterio so it looks like there's gas coming up around Mysterio, or you can use it on other figures, so you can make it look like, you know, Mysterio's gassed the other figures, or you can even attach it to his hands and stuff. So like I said, it's really kind of up to you how you want to use these pieces, but you can definitely use them in various ways. So for the figure itself, I think Hasbro's done a pretty nice job here capturing the look of the character. So first of all, he's got this big purple cape, and on the one side, on the underside, you've got some texturing to it to give it some added effect, which is nice. And then on the outer side it's more smooth. I mean, you've got the wrinkles and everything, but you don't have that texturing on the outer side of the cape. And then it definitely kind of fits like you see in the comics and stuff. It's a very wide cape, and then you've got that, basically it comes around and attaches here on the front. You've got the little eyes, and that's done with a more of a metallic type purple paint. And then he's got the bowl, and I'll take the bowl. You can actually remove the cape. The cape and the bowl, or you know, the helmet, are attached, or one piece, and you can remove that, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And then for the rest of the figure, you've got this basically this texture sculpted throughout these this square checkered pattern throughout the green portions of the costume, and then he's got this lighter metallic green for like the gloves, with some wash effect mixed in with the sculpting detail of these gauntlets that he wears. And then again with the hands, it's a lighter, almost a metallic type green. Same with the boots. Now you do get a little bit of that marbleization effect on the boots and even the hands a little bit, but overall I think it looks pretty good. And the green on the boots and the hands and everything is a much brighter green than the rest of the outfit. Now as I mentioned, you can take this bowl, the helmet, and the cape off. So the cape just plugs in the back there, and then you can just kind of lift it off. So he does have an actual head sculpt underneath the bowl, and this is done with a translucent plastic, and it's basically just a skull, and it's got this snake that is sculpted coming out of his mouth and then comes around his neck, and also you can see part of the snake coming out of one of his eyes, his right eye. So the pieces that are actually outside the snake are this rubber type material, so you can kind of move it a little bit. this piece that comes out of his mouth, and then this piece that comes out of his eye. You can also move a little bit. Again, it's just done with a rubber material, but I like the way it looks with the green translucent plastic. I think that's pretty cool. Now if you want to, you can pop the head off and you can actually put the helmet back on without any kind of head sculpt in there. Now you will get that, you have that ball joint that sticks up, so you do see that a little bit in the helmet. But if you'd rather not have a head sculpt in there at all, you can actually do that and have the cape on there without the head sculpt. But again, I really like this head sculpt. I think it's nicely detailed and, you know, kind of scary looking, so definitely I think Hasbro did a pretty good job with that. And I should also note with the hands, the left hand is sculpted more as kind of a grip hand. The fingers are sculpted more in a grip type pose, and then the right hand is sculpted where he's kind of like reaching out to grab you, where the fingers are pointing straight out. So I like the sculpting of the hands. They're very Mysterio-like. Okay, and here's a comparison with the older Toy Biz Mysterio figure, which was a very cool figure. And I've seen a lot of debate online of which version is better, the Hasbro one or the Toy Biz one. So I will say that the Toy Biz one, again, is a very solid looking figure. It has a lot of nice paint detail like the older Toy Biz, many of the older Toy Biz figures did. But I like the look of the new Hasbro one better. I like the shape of the head better on the new one. And then the thing that always annoyed me the most about the Toy Biz one is the way they did the cape. So the cape is a rubber material and you can actually remove it. It just kind of clips on here. But the problem is this little clip never stays on very well. So anytime you would start moving the figure at all, the cape would just kind of come off like that. So that was always an issue I had with the Toy Biz version that annoyed the hell out of me. And then also you get this knob that sticks out the back, which isn't a big deal. It's for the action feature, which is actually pretty cool. He actually has, with the Toy Biz one, has multiple heads in there, basically, so you can push it and it turns. So he's got a more human looking head in there, and then he has kind of an alien head, and then he has more of a monster type head in there. So it was definitely a cool feature. It's just you get that big knob that sticks out the back, which looks a little funny. But the helmet, because of that action feature, is much bigger on the Toy Biz one. I like the smaller looking bowl look from Mysterio with the Hasbro one. So in the end, while both are very solid figures, I give the advantage to the Hasbro one just because A, the cape on the Toy Biz one just always annoyed me, and then I like the look of the head a little better with the Hasbro one. And of course that's just my opinion. I'm sure some of you have different opinions, and I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Now the Mysterio figure stands just about 6.5 inches tall with the helmet on. And again, here's a comparison with the Toy Biz Mysterio, and the Toy Biz one is a hair taller than the Hasbro one because of the bigger helmet. Here's a comparison with one of Hasbro's more modern Spider-Man Marvel Legend figures. This is the one from the Raft box set. Okay, and then here's a comparison with Mysterio's Sinister Six team members. So this is the Toy Biz Doc Ock. We haven't gotten a modern Hasbro Marvel Legend version, though we will likely see Doc Ock in the next Spider-Man wave. And then the most recent Electro figure and Kraven figure from Hasbro, along with the Sandman Build-A-Figure. And then I'm still using my Toy Biz Vulture figure. I didn't get and didn't really like the one that was the Walmart exclusive last year, and I definitely love this Toy Biz Vulture figure. So Hasbro's going to be hard to top that one. But overall, I think these all look pretty good together. So for articulation, I've gone on and removed the cape because that does hinder it a little bit. Obviously with the head, you can't actually turn the head. You can turn the helmet a little bit, but you can't really turn the head when the helmet is on and everything. So with the regular head, you can actually turn to the left and to the right, and he can look down pretty good, and then he can look up pretty good as well. He's got a ball hinge joint there. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint there at the shoulder, so he can get his arm out good. He's got good rotation. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double hinged elbow, so he's got good bending there at the elbow. He's got rotation at the wrist, hinges on the hand, so good up and down movement there. He has an ab crunch type joint, so he can crunch down pretty good, and then he can look back pretty good as well. You get a waist swivel. Legs, he can do the splits that much, and then he can get his leg up high good, and really can't do his leg back very much. You do have a thigh swivel. You get a double hinge knee, so good bending there at the knee. You get a boot cuff swivel, and then you get hinges on the feet, so up and down movement, and of course you do get ankle pivot, and then 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I really like this figure. This is probably my favorite figure in the wave. I've been wanting a modern Mysterio figure for some time, and this gives us one step closer to having a completed Sinister 6 in modern figures. Just need Doc Ock basically, and maybe a Vulture, though again I really love my Toy Biz Vulture, so that one will be hard to beat. But this one I definitely like a little bit better than the Toy Biz version. I like the smaller helmet. I like the translucent head sculpt. My only minor complaint might be is I'm not sure if I like the neon green on the hands and the boots better than the gold color like we see on the Toy Biz version. In the comics he's been done both ways with the green on the gloves and the boots, and then with the gold, but I guess I kind of prefer maybe the gold a little bit better, but that's a minor complaint. And again, he has been drawn in the comics with the brighter kind of green colors on the hands and the boots, so it doesn't bother me that much. Now this figure, along with the rest of the wave, has started to hit overseas. I actually picked up the wave off of eBay. I don't believe we'll start seeing it here in the United States until the end of February or early March. So that's what I've been told as far as a release date for those. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up even sooner than that, but that's what I've been told, for those of you wondering when we'll see these in the US. Now, we'll have a full image gallery up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like this video. Also, please hit that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.